Most dog owners think they are doing everything right. And honestly, they probably are trying to. But here's the uncomfortable truth nobody tells you. The things that are hurting your dog the most are not the obvious things. They are not the big moments. They are the small, quiet, everyday things. The things that feel completely normal. The things you did this morning without even thinking. And your dog felt every single one of them. Stay with me, because number 4 is the one that is going to stop you cold. Number 1, jerking the leash. You clip on the leash. Your dog loses their mind with excitement. Tail spinning, nose already working overtime, ready to take on the world. And then they pull towards something, a smell, a sound, another dog, and without thinking, you yank them back. It feels like a correction. It looks like one too. But here is what is actually happening inside your dog's body at that moment. The neck of a dog is not built for that kind of force. Packed inside that vulnerable area are the trachea, the thyroid gland, and a chain of delicate cervical vertebrae. Veterinary research has confirmed that repeated leash jerking causes real physical damage over time. Tracheal collapse, thyroid bruising, nerve compression. Pain your dog never tells you about because they simply cannot. But the physical damage is not even the worst part. Think about what a walk means to your dog. They live inside 4 walls every single day. The walk is their entire world opening up. It is information, freedom, joy, and connection, all wrapped into one leash clip. It is the highlight reel of their whole day. Every time you jerk that leash, you are turning their best moment into a moment of sharp, confusing pain. They do not understand that you want a heel position. They only understand one thing, that being near you outside hurts. And slowly, without you ever noticing, the dog who used to sprint to the leash starts to hesitate at the door. You do not need pain to lead. Use a harness, use treats, use patience. Make the walk a partnership, not a power struggle, because the walk is the only hour of their day that belongs entirely to them. Number 2, physically pushing them away. You are on a work call. They nudge your elbow. You are eating dinner. They press their warm weight against your leg. You are exhausted, and they try to climb into your lap, and you put your hand on them and push. It takes half a second. You have already forgotten it happened. But they have not. Dogs are physical creatures at their core. Touch is not just affection to them, it is communication. It is safety. It is the language they were born speaking. Research in animal behavior shows that physical contact releases oxytocin in dogs, the same bonding hormone that fires in humans during closeness and trust. When you use force to remove them, you are not just setting a boundary. You are sending a message their brain translates as rejection. Full stop. And the painful part is they came to you with love. They always do. You do not have to let them climb all over you every moment. But you do not need force to say, not right now. A calm verbal cue, a gentle redirect, a treat tossed toward their bed, all of it teaches them without making them feel thrown away. Because every time they come to you, they are just trying to say one thing. I trust you. I want to be close to you. That deserves a better answer than a shove. Number 3, scolding them for being scared. The thunderstorm hits. Your dog is under the bed, trembling, panting, eyes wide. And you lean down and say, stop it, or you are fine, or nothing is happening. You are frustrated because you can see that nothing is wrong. To you, a thunderstorm is just noise and rain. To your dog, something in the sky is trying to kill them, and they have absolutely no context to understand otherwise. Fear is not a behavior. It is not a choice. It is not something a dog is doing at you. When fear kicks in, a dog's brain floods with cortisol and adrenaline in seconds. Their heart rate spikes, their body locks into survival mode. They are not performing. They are genuinely terrified in a way that is completely beyond their control. And in that moment, there is one thing they do above everything else. They look for you. You are their anchor, their one constant in an unpredictable world. When they find you in the middle of their terror, they are not looking for you to fix the storm. They are looking for you to be calm enough that their nervous system can borrow from yours. When you respond with frustration or punishment, you do not calm the fear. You add to it. You become part of the danger. And over time, dogs who are scolded for fear stop coming to their owners when they are scared because they have learned that vulnerability only brings more pain. You do not have to coddle them. Just be still. Be calm. Sit nearby. Let your energy say what words cannot, that you are here and here is safe. Number 4, laughing at their fears. Here is the one I warned you about. The vacuum turns on and your dog bolts. The plastic bag crinkles and they yelp. And you laugh because honestly, it is kind of funny. You might even grab your phone. You might recreate it to catch the reaction again. I need you to pause right there. While you are laughing, your dog is terrified. Their chest is pounding. Every instinct they have is screaming danger. And the one being in the world they look to for guidance, the one who is supposed to be their protector, is laughing at them. Dogs cannot process humor. What they read is your energy. And when you are amused in the middle of their panic, it creates something animal behaviorists call emotional invalidation, a dissonance so deep it quietly erodes the foundation of trust between you. And when you film it, when you provoke it again and again for content, you are not capturing a funny moment. You are deliberately triggering their terror for entertainment. That is not harmless. That is a betrayal dressed up as a joke. The dogs in those viral videos are not being goofy. They are asking for help from someone who is too busy laughing to notice. Next time, resist the laugh. Get low. Speak softly. Let your calm body language tell them the world is not ending, because to them, it feels exactly like it is. Number 5, forcing them to interact with strangers. They dislike. Your neighbor reaches out to pet your dog. Your dog backs away, hides behind your legs, looks up at you with quiet, pleading eyes. And you say, "Oh, he's friendly. Come on, say hi," and you nudge them forward. You are just being polite. You do not want to seem rude. And surely your dog just needs a little push, right? But look at what your dog was actually doing at that moment. They turned their heads away. They leaned back. They used every polite signal in their entire vocabulary to say, "I am not comfortable. Please do not make me do this." And you overruled every single one. Dogs communicate discomfort through very specific, deliberate body language. When those signals are ignored, they do not conclude that their owner simply did not notice. They conclude that their signals do not work, that there is nothing, that when they whisper, no one listens. This is how bites happen. Not from aggression, not from a bad dog, from a dog who learned that the quiet signals were useless and the only thing left was to scream. Your loyalty belongs to your dog, not to a stranger who wants to pet them. If your dog does not want to say hello, that is their right and your job is to honor it. Tell the stranger kindly, "Not today." And watch your dog look up at you with something new in their eyes. Relief, safety, trust. Number 6, using the crate as punishment. You come home to a chewed shoe. You point at the crate and say, "Get in there." It feels logical. It feels like a consequence. But what it actually does is something much more damaging than you realize. By nature, dogs are den animals. In the wild, a den is sacred. It is the one place that means warmth, safety, and rest with no threat in sight. When a crate is introduced properly, it becomes that den for a domestic dog. It is where they go when the world is too loud. Their corner of the world that belongs only to them. The moment you make it a punishment, you poison it. Every time they walk into that crate after being scolded, their nervous system does not feel rest. It feels shame, confusion, and dread. And that anxiety does not stay inside the crate. It bleeds into everything, into their sleep, into their appetite, into how safe they feel inside the place they are supposed to call home. Studies in canine behavior show that dogs who associate their crate with punishment develop significantly higher baseline stress levels. The very tool designed to comfort them becomes a source of chronic anxiety. The crate should never be a consequence. It should be an invitation. Toss a treat inside. Let them choose to enter. Make it soft and familiar and completely theirs. Because a dog who loves their crate has a refuge from the world. And every living creature deserves a place where they can exhale completely. Number 7, leaving without any goodbye. You have probably heard this advice before. Do not make a big deal when you leave. Ignore your dog at the door. It only makes separation anxiety worse. And while a dramatic, tearful goodbye is not helpful, there is something far more damaging sitting at the other end of that advice. Disappearing without a word. Think about what that moment looks like from your dog's perspective. The person they love most in the world, the center of their entire universe, walks out the door with no signal, no ritual, no acknowledgement whatsoever. And now they are alone in the silence, with no way of knowing if you went to the grocery store or if you are never coming back. That uncertainty is not small. For a dog, it lands with the full weight of abandonment every single time. Dogs are creatures of pattern. Their sense of safety is built entirely on knowing what comes next. A calm, consistent goodbye ritual, even just 30 seconds, even just a specific treat, and the same quiet phrase acts as a powerful psychological anchor. It tells their brain this is the leaving pattern, and the leaving pattern always ends with you walking back through that door. Research on separation anxiety in dogs consistently shows that predictable departure cues significantly reduce stress behaviors, the pacing, the whining, the destruction that breaks your heart when you come home. You do not need a long goodbye. You just need a consistent one. 30 seconds of calm ritual is the difference between a dog who waits in peace and a dog who spends the whole day quietly wondering if this time you meant forever. None of these things come from cruelty. They come from not knowing. And you were never taught this. Nobody sits you down and explains a dog's emotional world before you bring one home. But now you know. And the most extraordinary thing about dogs, the thing that makes them unlike any other creature on this planet, is that they forgive instantly, completely, without keeping score, without conditions. Which means it is never too late to start over. Put down the jerk. Sit in the storm with them. Say a quiet goodbye at the door. Be the human they have always believed you were, because your dog has been betting on you from the very first day. Go be worth it.